Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank, where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Yesterday we featured the team that Wolfe used to get number 1 on the ladder with Jolteon and Dracovish. We'll be playing a couple more games with it today as we are up against what looks like a really scary Trick Room team here. Now we do have Taunt on the Weezing, so I think that's actually really valuable, as well as Phantasm on the Jolteon. The question is whether you have the Mental Orb on the Bronzong. What's really interesting about this hard Trick Room team, though, is that there's no Fake Out or Follow Me, which means it should be easier for us to actually set up Trick Room. Or, sorry, deny Trick Room. I don't know, part of me wants to actually go with Jolteon and the Dracovish. Instead of relying on Taunt, we can just Phantasm Vicious Rend. That just picks up a knockout onto pretty much anything. And in the back, I think I actually want to go with Ferrothorn and Politoed, because I think Perish Song is a pretty good win con in this game. Weezing shutting down abilities is pretty valuable here, but I think if we deny Trick Room, we should be good. So, let's see. We're just going to get right into today's episode. Thank you as always for watching Road to Ranked. I really appreciate it. And with Series 6 starting up, you know, I'm just eager to see all the teams and strategies that people use. I'm excited to play against all of them. So, hope you all do as well. If you do enjoy, please show support by leaving a like in the video. I really appreciate it. And question of the day, I am just curious what the craziest thing you've seen thus far in Series 6 has been, if you've played it all. We've run in, like, even in yesterday's battles, we saw a lot of cool stuff already. What's interesting here is I don't even know if I want to max Jolteon. Because I could just Shadow Ball. If we max... here's the thing, we could max the Ferrothorn. Yeah. Because, like, what I can do here in this lead is just Shadow Ball Vicious Rend against Rhyperior, or Bronzong. The only way this doesn't work is if you protect Bronzong turn 1, but Bronzong's very rarely even carry protect, plus you gotta be worried about a Vicious Rend into Rhyperior. There's a decent chance my opponent protects Rhyperior, Bronzong feigns turn 1, we win the game off that alone. I do think if you're running Bronzong in this metagame, Mental Orb makes a lot of sense. You know, previously you'd run Cobra or Berry for Tyranitar or Dragapult, but neither of those exist in the format anymore. That's a great switch. Okay, I mean, wow, that's a really good switch. Rhyperior maxes. Nice. Well played. I mean, this is still okay, though, because, like, you've maxed the Rhyperior in front of a Dracovish, right? So, I don't think I'm actually that concerned. But, yeah. I think reading into the double up there quite nicely. I think Shadow Ball Vicious Rend still KOs. And, like I said, we can max the Ferrothorn. Scary thing is the Rhyperior has Max Flare, I guess. That could be a problem. Okay. I'm assuming it's Quake into the Jolteon. Good switch by my opponent, though. I think that was fantastically done. Yeah, it's a KO still. I have Politoed in the back, so like I can also just bring out Politoed right now. Yeah, there's Max Quake. I actually think we do go out in a Politoed. Let's see. I mean, you bring Bronzong back out, right? So, like, if I just bring out Politoed, I could just Vicious Rend into the... I can Vicious Rend into the Bronzong slot. Primarina could come out, though, which is actually what I'm scared of right now. It'd actually be a really good switch in here, too, if you're my opponent. So I could have... Actually, I think the correct play was to bring out Ferrothorn just to put on pressure against the potential Primarina switch in. Also could be Dusclops. It's just Bronzong, though. That's what I want to see. Okay, good. Yeah, because now what I can do, I think, is just protect Politoed, Vicious Rend into Bronzong. Vicious Rend in range should be a one-hit KO, I think. And then just Perish Song to end the game. That's why I wanted to bring Politoed in this one. Not, I mean, one for Perish Song, two also to set up the rain for Dracovish. And I'm just protecting to play it safe here. If you ally switch, Rhyperior gets KO'd. No protect on Rhyperior, but that's fine. Yeah, that's a one-hit KO. Thank you, Mr. Dracovish. Max Lightning! Wow, okay. That's why we protect there. If you have Max Lightning, that means I don't think you have Max Flare as well. Unless it's 4 attack Rhyperior with both Lightning and Flare. And Rock Slide and Quake. Because you always want Rock Slide and Quake. But that's exactly why I wanted to conserve the Politoed. So this is, I think, why if you're running hard Trick Room, you really need Redirection or Fake Out. Yeah, so we can now just Perish Song. And Vicious Rend into Rhyperior. Conkeldurr even protects, okay. It actually might have been smarter to not have clicked Perish Song there. Well, I think we're fine either way. Because, like, Conkeldurr doesn't do that much to Dracovish. And, like, the fear is if it's Life Orb, like Life Orb, Drain Punch into Life Orb Mach Punch could be a problem. But I think we're fine either way, because then Rhyperior doesn't get to knock out Politoed. And then we still have Dynamax, right? So all we need to do is just max the Ferrothorn to survive. So I think we're fine either way, but yeah. What's the worst case there if Rhyperior max guards, Conkeldurr targets the Dracovish and KOs it, we get Perish Song up, then it's 2v2 where I don't have Protect on Ferrothorn, which I guess could be a little scary. But this was a Dracovish sweeping everything kind of game, which is why I think my opponent needed to bring Primarina into this matchup. Without Primarina, they had no answer for Dracovish and Rain at all. It's also why I led the way I did, but I think like my opponent played well too, right? Like they read into the double up on Bronzong, they didn't protect Rhyperior in front of a Dracovish. They made all the correct plays, but they were just in a really tough spot, to be honest, because what can you even really do against Dracovish and Rain? Once again, I think that's why Priority or Fake Out is so important for a Hard Trick Room team. So if you're running Hard Trick Room, you definitely want an Amoonguss, a Clef, or some kind of Fake Out. Okay, this next seems interesting. Beat up, obviously, into Terrakion. I learned in a practice match earlier that the Dracovish actually doesn't outspeed Weavile. So we actually need to watch out for that, because that's actually a really big problem. I mean, the conventional lead of, I think, Jolteon Weezing here could work. We could also go Jolteon Dracovish. Jolteon Dracovish, pivot out into Weezing. Weezing as a lead actually doesn't seem too bad here with 2 Follow Me users, though, on my opponent's team. So Weezing, Jolteon, Dracovish in the back for sure. And then who do I want? I was going to say Feral looks good, but not really when you have 2 Fighting-type Pokemon. Well, yeah, I mean, Urshifu and Terrakion both hurt. Politoed's actually tempting, because it sets up the Rain for Dracovish, and it gives us a Perish Song endgame. Arcanine is Intimidate, though. Yeah, I actually like Politoed. Let's try it out. We did not really play with Dracovish Politoed very much yesterday, so today we're going more down that route. And, you know, with less weather control now, it's a lot easier to get rain-boosted Vicious Wrens off, whereas previously Sand or Sun were very frequently going to be in the format. And the Pokemon on those teams often, you know, can be problematic to go up against if you're using Dracovish as well. Okay, it's Terrakion Amoonguss. How do I feel about this? Probably not great, to be honest. I do have Dracovish in the back, though, which is good. If anything, I feel like my goal here should be KO the Amoonguss. If we KO Amoonguss, then we can just Vicious Rend everything with Dracovish, especially with the Rain. It's likely my opponent's going to max Terrakion, maybe even go for a Rockfall into Jolteon. I went for Lightning Sludge Bomb. I don't think that makes much sense, though. Yeah, I don't like that play too much. I mean, what the Lightning accomplishes is that it sets up terrain so you can't Spore me, so I think that's important, and I'm pretty much forced to do that. This is where having Arcanine in the back would have been good, because if I had Arcanine, I could probably just pivot out into Arcanine turn 1. If I had Pharaoh, I could also switch the Weezing out into Ferrothorn, but didn't bring either of those. The problem is that, like I said, I think the Wing Con's knocking out Amoonguss, but I didn't target it this turn, and that might have been a mistake. Well, I was expecting Follow Me anyway. So, like, the Lightning covers the off chance that it goes for a Spore and I get a huge max Lightning off into Terrakion, which will always be nice. But I guess I don't really need any damage against this thing, because Vicious Wrench should still KO it. So, yeah, I don't think I like my play there too much. My opponent definitely outled me here, though, honestly, I think. Yeah, there's a Rage Fight. Okay, so what we were expecting to happen happens anyway, which is fine, I guess. But this is, like I said, where having a Ferrothorn would have been kind of valuable. Yeah. Like, I think I should commit one way or the other. I mean, it ends up working out here, I think. Well, let's see. You Rockfall into Weezing. Oh, it's actually Knuckle. Interesting. Okay. I don't mind that too much. Oh, that's a lot of damage, though. Maybe I do mind that. Maybe I do mind that. So Life Orb Terrakion, that explains some. Okay. Does Lightning KO Amoonguss from this range? That's the question. Also, if I'm my opponent, I would think about targeting Weezing here. No, Jolteon's the safe target. So what I could do is Max Guard Taunt Amoonguss. I think the safer play is probably to just Lightning into the Amoonguss. Or maybe it's to double up onto Terrakion. Yeah, I actually like doubling up into Terrakion here. There is a chance Amoonguss just protects here. I just Rage Powders, okay. Okay. I mean, I could Max Guard Jolteon there. Okay, we get the knockout, that's good. I could have Max Guarded Jolteon and then taunted Amoonguss, but I don't know how I feel about that, really. This is gonna be Rockfall. There is a chance this goes into Weezing, too. Yeah, it does, okay. But I can't risk protecting Weezing there, I don't think. So now I have Dracovish in the back, right? Do I switch out into Dracovish? I would think so. Here's the problem. If I switch out into Dracovish, I think Weavile comes out if you're my opponent right now. I don't know. I don't think Electric Train boosted Max Lightning KOs the Terrakion. If I go to Dracovish, you can just fake out the Dracovish and Rockfall it. Maybe I go into Politoed instead. Oh yeah, if I go to Politoed, I can Helping Hand Lightning into Terrakion. I've also gotten rid of the Sand, so there's no special defense boost. Yeah, I forgot about Helping Hand. I think Helping Hand's huge here. Oh, but it's Clef. That's a good switch in. That is a good switch in. I don't even know if Helping Hand Lightning KOs Terrakion here. With Friend Guard being up. I wouldn't think so. But it's not like going to Dracovish would have helped out either. The thing is, I could target Clefairy here. But I think Clefairy wants to protect in this position. Let's see. Yeah. I don't think this is going to be enough, though. Let's see. It's close, but yeah, not really enough. Another Rockfall comes out. Okay. Into Jolteon. Can we win this still? Yeah, potentially, I think, because we have Rock Slide. So I think we actually have to Rock Slide with Dracovish, which is crazy to say. Because we could Rock Slide and potentially Perish Song. Yeah, my opponent outled me here in this game. That was a really nice lead. I guess I could have Max Guarded Jolteon. That might have been the play, actually. If I Max Guard Jolteon, Scald into Terrakion, then I can Helping Hand Thunder Clef next turn, because you don't even change the weather. Maybe that would have been the play. Here's the thing. You're definitely going to go for Follow Me Rock Slide right now. Yeah, I think we have to Rock Slide ourselves and Helping Hand. Clefairy is not a late game threat offense-wise. Otherwise, or you can actually just Follow Me Close Combat into Dracovish. Yeah, so I have to Rock Slide here. So we waste a turn of Clef. See if Rock Slide hits. Looks like it connects. Okay. That's not even a knockout onto Terrakion. Do we flinch? No. Alright, GG. Well played. Well played. That was a really nice Dynamax Terrakion game from my opponent's end, and I needed to do more against it. It would have started with a lead. Yeah. I mean, Terrakion's, like, resists those Rock Slides well. I thought that would be enough for a KO, but with Friend Guard, yeah, evidently not, unfortunately. Let's see what the last one was, because I do think if we pick up the knockout there, we have a decent chance of winning. It was Urshifu as the last one, so probably not great still, to be honest. I think Terrakion and Amoonguss was just a great lead from my opponent's end. So I needed to probably lead Arcanine. And maybe have Ferrothorn. Like, Ferrothorn would have been pretty dang good against what my opponent ended up bringing. Right? Because, like, he had double redirection. Didn't have the Life Orb, though, which is scary. Because it means Life Orb close combat probably just one-shots the Pharaoh. So I would need to max the Pharaoh and max Overgrowth. Yeah, kind of a tricky matchup, but good lead by my opponent. I could have... Yeah, I think the best play looking back at it, because I was expecting the Rockfall. I wasn't sure where Rockfall was going, which was part of the problem. Yeah, because I actually think it would have been better maybe for my opponent to have targeted the Politoed there. Just because you get guaranteed Weather Up. Bringing out Dracovish doesn't really help me in that position, because then Clef just goes for Follow Me. Yeah. I would have needed a hard counter the Amoonguss Terrakion lead, and there's actually not much of a great hard counter to that, because the best answer against Amoonguss normally is the Safety Goggles Arcanine or the Ferrothorn, but Life Orb Terrakion really, really hurts against both of those. So, tricky matchup, but also well executed on my opponent's end. I think they played that quite nicely. More Cobalion stuff. Well, as a previous Cobalion user, I'm happy to see all the Cobalions. Marowak gets Lightning Rod, right? So I gotta worry about that as well. So I think Weezing to shut down abilities is actually so good for us here. There's a potential beat up from Scarf Charizard onto Cobalion as well. So I think I like... Leading Dracovish is actually kind of interesting. Like, what if we go Jolteon Dracovish? Because we don't need Weezing to put on pressure turn 1. And it's between Arcanine and Poly in the back. Arcanine or Poly? I mean, Poly can still enable the rain, which really allows Dracovish to one-shot so many of my opponent's Pokemon. So let's go with that. Yeah, I also don't know if you really bring Ninetales Charizard into a matchup where I have Weezing and Politoed, but we'll see. Terrakion is a scary Pokemon to go up against, though. It's a lot stronger now than it was previously, I think, because there's no more Rillaboom, no more Cinderace, no more Togekiss, no more Excadrill. Just so many things that give it trouble. Marowak Primarina, okay. This is super interesting. There's no way you just let me Fishious Rend. If I'm my opponent, like, I would protect Marowak and target Dracovish here. So one way I could get around that, that's kind of cool, is Volt Switch into Primarina and go out into Weezing. Weezing cancels abilities. I Volt Switch out. They might just attack with Marowak, but that's why I want to Volt Switch instead of Max Lightning. I also don't think Max Lightning one-shots Primarina anyway, so might as well just chip at it and not waste a Max turn 1. Because we can maybe sweep the game with the late game Jolteon. Also, if we KO Primarina, Dracovish should one-shot a lot of my opponent's Pokemon. That's why, like, I want to pivot out. Because the lead looks good, right? In an ideal world, the play you want to go for is just Fishious Rend into the Marowak. You know, Volt Switch into Prim. Nice. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think it should be Starfall going out. So, like, now what we can do, I get the Volt Switch off. That is so much good damage. Now I can go back out into Dracovish. And in fact, what we do this next turn is predict Marowak switch out, I think, and go Weezing into Politoed, Fishious Rend into Primarina. It was Hydro Cannon, what? Okay, that's even better for us. I mean, because now I get a guaranteed Rend into Marowak. Nice. Why would you Hydro Cannon into Dracovish, though? Did they read that? Or did they do a me and have a WB Classic timeout? I'm not sure. Either way, though, they don't have a switch in into Fishious Rend, and... what are the things that resist it? Just Shiftry. So Fishious Rend Sludge Bomb here is fine. Actually, Steam is fine. There could be a Cobalion switch in. I don't... Like, Primarina doesn't scare me very much right now. Okay, it's Shiftry. Nice. So I think we knocked that out. Let's see... maybe not, actually. Yeah, probably not. I don't know if I needed a cover for Cobalion. Never mind. Oh, I totally forgot Steam was actually effective against Shiftry. I've just not played against that Pokemon very much at all. Yeah, now we're in a great spot. Neither of us have maxed, but I think it's more in my favor right now. Like I said, because I have the play of just going Weezing into Politoed and just Vicious Rend. Yeah. So Marowak comes out, but like, that's fine. Like, I think you would want to protect Marowak here, but with this play, I can also just Parasant to end the game next turn. So this play is pretty safe. I mean, of course, you could max the Marowak, I guess, and Quake into the Dracovish. Is that a problem, actually? Maybe we should have just knocked out Primarina. But I don't know. I feel like knowing that your opponent can't attack is so valuable. And I'd rather get a clean knockout knowing that Primarina is basically in KO range from any attack that we have right now. But, I mean, I don't think Max Quick one-shots Dracovish. That's why I'm making this play. But if we get crit, or if it just naturally one-shots, this would be pretty bad. I'm also expecting the Marowak to protect again. So it's like, worst case is Primarina protecting, Marowak maxing and targeting Dracovish. That would be kind of scary, I'm not going to lie. The alternative would have been to just Vicious Rend into Marowak, Sludge Bomb into Primarina. They don't protect, but they also don't max, so I think that's fine. Yeah, although I think Vicious Rend, Sludge Bomb probably would have just won us the game here. It's going to be Boomerang, okay. Oh, into Politoed, though. Nice. That's a lot of damage, though, jeez. What are you maxing in this game? Cobalion? It's not going to be Ninetales or Charizard here, right? I mean, both would be great to see, because I can just Vicious Rend it. This was a great Dracovish episode. I was going to say game, but no, more like episode. Yeah, it is Ninetales. Okay. Cool. That's fine by me. Maybe we max Dracovish, honestly. Okay, let's actually not get ahead of ourselves. This game isn't over yet. Because I think you max the Marowak now if you're my opponent, right? So what I want to do is max Rockfall to one-shot Ninetales, switch Politoed out into Weezing, and then just bring Politoed back in to reset the weather, because Rockfall plus Sand I would think knocks out the Ninetales. And then I bring Politoed back in, I can just max Geyser into Marowak. Yeah. Okay, so we max. The downside to this plan is if it's actually Ninetales maxing, but I feel like you really should be maxing Marowak here. But I can't go for my Parasol Wing Con here, unfortunately, because Solar Beam would just knock out the Politoed. So this is one of the rare times where like Dynamaxing Dracovish actually makes a lot of sense. They don't max. Oh, they have Will-O-Wisp. Why didn't they max? I'm really confused at their decision to just like not max at all throughout the course of this game, but I guess we'll take it. I didn't expect Will-O-Wisp though. Is it just Boomerang and Rock Slide? Okay. It's got a little scarier now. Okay, draw comes back up, and now I can go into Politoed. Okay, so with Politoed now, with the rain being up, I don't think my opponent's nearly as scary anymore. Wow, I didn't expect the Will-O-Wisp, though. That's cool. Because now what I can do is just go for Max Geyser, I think. I don't know why they haven't been maxing. Oh, actually, I guess in that position, it's maybe better to Rock Slide instead of maxing. Yeah, I guess they're like, I'm not going to take any damage, so why bother maxing, which actually makes a lot of sense. So, I want a Geyser here, KO Ninetales. Wait, why don't I just double up on Marowak, actually? Because Ninetales isn't going to do any damage to us, right? So just Geyser Scald into Marowak, I think is fine. Oh, wait. You could max Ninetales now if you have Overgrowth. Oh my god. Wait, that would be such a sick play. But they max Marowak. So I wonder if they even had Solar Beam on the Ninetales then. I'm worried about Hypnosis. Will-O-Wisp and Hypnosis? That would be kind of crazy. Okay, Ninetales protects, or we should be good here then. Nice. What a crazy game. This is closer than I felt like it needed to be for how good the early game felt. Okay, I don't know if we KO Marowak here, but I think even if we don't, we should be fine. Oh, it's faster than Politoed? Oh, no. Okay, I didn't expect that. Is that a problem, though? Faster than Politoed. What in the heck? This is a crazy game. There's a special defense boost on both Pokemon now. Unbelievable. I mean, Geyser Shadow Ball I think still KOs Marowak, so I think it's still fine. But once again, I felt like we pretty much had sealed up after Hydro Cannon went off, and now it's actually a game. Yeah, that should be a KO though. I think we're fine. I mean, it was the Will-O-Wisp, right? Will-O-Wisp Ninetales? I definitely did not see that one coming. Okay. This should be a KO, right? Like, the last one did just under 50%. He's at, like, 35. Okay, yeah. Oh, be still my heart. It's funny that this entire... Like, a Marowak was in front of a Dracovish for so many turns, and it took me, what, like, 5 turns to actually knock it out? That's crazy. So I wonder what the Ninetales and Mystical Fire Will-O-Wisp protect. I wonder what the last attack was. Heat Wave, Overheat, so no Solar Beam. Because if my opponent had Solar Beam, then their play actually would have been to max probably Overgrowth into Politoed. And just Boomerang. But now we have Vicious Ran under Rain, so we're good. But this was a game where, like, after turn 1, I should have just won. So I'm thinking, like, what I could have done better. Like, in that position where it was just Marowak and Primarina, I could have just Vicious Rended into the Marowak Sludge Bomb into Primarina, but the reason I didn't want to go for that is because Marowak is, like, very likely to protect in that position. If you protect and you KO the Dracovish, then I actually lose my best answer against the Marowak. Okay, I think we're one game away from Master Belt here, so I'll play another game. Hopefully we get there today. If not, then hopefully tomorrow. Yeah, wow. I don't know. I don't regret that play. Maybe... Let's see, after we get the knockout there... The reason I switched into Politoed there, by the way, was because there's a chance that the Primarina could have Dynamaxed there. Even it's like a relatively low chance, but if it Dynamaxes, then it survives the Vicious Rend, I think. I didn't really want it to survive, so I covered all our options, but then it meant we couldn't Vicious Rend as easily the following turn. Oh my gosh, that was kind of a crazy game, though. I'm not gonna lie, but let's get into our last match of the day. Yeah, I'm still trying to... I'm just thinking about everything that just happened. Let's see. Okay. Clef? Oh no, not another Terrakion. I feel like Terrakion's actually not a very good matchup. So that's really scary. I guess this time it's a little bit easier though, because there's no Amoonguss, which resists the Max Lightning. Here's the problem though, if I Lightning, I set up Terrain for the Raichu. That is not great. So I have to watch out for that. I definitely have to be careful about that. I lead Jolteon. I want to lead Jolteon still, because, like, my opponent doesn't have great lightning resists. The only one is Raichu, and we can Phantasm that. Oh, I guess we can also negate the Jolteon's, or the Raichu's ability with Weezing. Maybe I can go Arcanine Jolteon this time around, because I pressure with Snarl. I don't think I need to cancel abilities early on. Just that I want Politoed to beat the Ninetales, like, get rid of the Aurora Veil. Ferrothorn feels pretty good, though, into most of my opponent's team, so I feel like I need to bring Pharaoh and Dracovish. Let's try out Jolteon and Dracovish, actually, with Weezing in the back and Ferrothorn. The only problem is that I don't get to bring Arcanine, but the only value of Arcanine is literally just to intimidate Terrakion here. I don't know if that's enough to justify it, but given how rough our Terrakion matchup was in Game 2, maybe it is enough of a reason to bring it, so let's see. Okay. Scary teams, but I really love the diversity of Series 6. It is Clef Terrakion, so this is what I mean. Like, I could have led Arcanine for a quick Intimidate. I mean, Clef here is just gonna, what, go for a Follow Me? I could just Lightning Phantasm into that slot, right? Sorry, not Lightning Phantasm. Lightning Fishious Wren. The problem is then that Raichu can come in, but I guess to circumvent around the Raichu, I can... Oh, actually, Clef could protect here. But it could also Moonblast. Like, Clefable is a little bit more offensive. Okay, I'm going to double up into Clefable. And if my opponent just protects in front of this lead, they are a god. It's not the hardest prediction to make, but I do think it's rather aggro. Best case would be Terrakion protecting. If Terrakion protects, I actually think we'd just win the game off this turn 1, but let's see. Like, we have Ferrothorn in the back this time around. Last time I had no Ferro or Arcanine, so... especially if you max a Terrakion, you know, Knuckle doesn't one-shot, I think. You do max Terrakion, though, which is... On one hand, it's scary. On the other hand... It's scary if Clef protects here. Let's see. I'm really nervous about it protecting now, given what they're going for. Like, Follow Me is the safest play, but they might just be like, you know what? I'm going to make a hard read. I think they're going to double up on a Clefable. And normally I double up on the Pokemon that doesn't have Follow Me, but Clefable with the threat of Moonblast actually scares me. Okay, he just goes for Follow Me. We're fine then, I think. Yeah, that's okay. I didn't think Phantasm into Fishious Wren is a KO because of the fact you read... Like, I don't have my ability activated. Oh, this is actually really interesting. Yeah, Jolteon outspeeds Dracovish, which means... I actually could have Phantasm there, because I would get the defense drop. Never mind. Because I forgot that, yeah, we don't go first. Okay, I mean, that's fine, because I can just go for Phantasm next turn anyway. It's just like, I could have gotten a defense drop to boot things up. Max Quake? Was this one-shot us, if it has Life Orb? Okay, no one-shot, thank goodness. Are you Life Orb, though? It is cool to see Terrakion thrive more. It's funny, because everyone was hyping it up so much in late Series 5. Sorry, before Series 5. Everyone's like, this Pokemon's gonna be busted! Alright, it's Arcanine. This is fine, right? Phantasm seems good here. Other play I'm thinking about is actually Max Guard. And switch Dracovish out. Or I kind of want to just like Phantasm Fishious Wren here. I don't know, Max Guarding doesn't seem half bad here though. Because I bait out a Protect from my opponent's end, and if you look at what I have out right now, like Dracovish hard beats Arcanine and Terrakion in this late game. Whereas, if I stay in right now, I have to worry about one Pokemon protecting, the other one attacking, so, I don't know. I burn a turn of Dynamax here as well, and I think we win the game without Max. Oh, they had E-Speed. Okay. Now, presumably that knocks out... Yeah, if you have Extreme Speed, normally you're going to be, like, choiced as well. Oh, boy. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. That explains the switch in. Because then, yeah, either Pokemon would have survived Fishious Wren as well. That's why actually it was really important I went for Phantasm turn 1. And I didn't, which was bad. Yeah, I forgot Jolteon was outspeed Scarfish. I think it's another E-Speed coming out here, so I'm going to switch out and sack the Weezing, I think. Steam to potentially break Sash on Terrakion in the off chance I don't get targeted here. I didn't see that coming. Which explains the switching though, right? Because I guess otherwise, like, it feels like I'm in a really good spot. Normally, if I see E-Speed, I'm expecting Band or Assault Vest, one of the two. Yeah, so there's another Extreme Speed. And Rockfall. I mean, now I get Dracovish back in safely, right? So I can Fishious Wren into Arcanine, and just Gyro Ball into Terrakion. Well, I guess you do get the defense, or Intimidate here, but I think that's fine. Dang, I really did not expect E-Speed. That's a nice tech. Okay, like I said though, normally you're AV or Band. Normally. So I feel okay going for Rend into Arcanine. The question is, do you have like Primarina in the back? What I want to do is just go for the safe play, Rend into Arcanine, but like I might have to. I can't just double up on Arcanine. The off chance it protects though, I think, so I might have to Gyro Ball Terrakion. Or actually, Gyro Ball or Power Whip do more? I don't know. I don't want to miss though, so I guess it's safer to just Gyro Ball either way because you're gonna be sashed probably anyway. Terrakion protects. Okay, this is good regardless. Nice. Okay, huge. We get a Vicious Rend, so the E-Speed threat is out of the way. Alright, let's see what's in the back then. Ninetales would be like the best case. I also wonder like if you're actually going to be Sash Terrakion if you're running a team with Ninetales, because the Ninetales is just going to break a potential Sash. There's no beat up on that team though, right? It is Ninetales! Oh, huge! Let's go. Okay, then we just win the game. Because now what we can do... Oh my god, unless it's Scarf Ninetales. Say it ain't so. Wait, how crazy would it be if it were Scarf? Okay, we have to consider the possibility of Scarf Freeze Dry Ninetales right now. I mean, I think it's just Gyro Ball into Ninetales and Vicious Rend right now into Terrakion. No, wait, what if it's Sash? Oh, god, would it actually be Scarfed? If it's Scarfed, do I actually lose? I don't know if Ferrothorn faints from a close combat. That's my problem. I'm just Gyro Balling and Vicious Rending, but I think I should switch Pharaoh out here. Yeah, I should have switched Pharaoh out. Alright, it's not Scarf, though. It's not Sash. Okay, yeah. I felt like Sash didn't make much sense if you have Ninetales on your team, but I wasn't sure. And it's just Freeze Dry. The problem there is, though, if it is Sashed, it hangs on, and then close combat one-shots Ferrothorn, you just lose both Pokemon, which is why I think it would have been better to switch Ferrothorn out there. But the problem in switching Ferrothorn out is that my opponent gets a double Protect off. Do I lose if you get the double Protect off? Well, as you saw, not necessarily, because then I would have just knocked out Ninetales. Yeah, that's why I wanted to stay in, because if I do switch and you get the double off, then I actually 100% lose. And let me actually calc how much close combat does in this meantime, because I am curious. I think that gets us to Master Ball tier, though, which is nice. Let's see. Terrakion. Okay, cool. So hopefully we can climb up Master Ball relatively quickly in these next couple of days. Okay, it is a roll on Ferrothorn. It's a 44% chance to one-shot. So, I don't know. But I think making the assumption that you're not sashed is safe there because you have a Ninetales on that team. So I think Lum is more likely. Yeah, but that was a crazy set of games. That's going to be it for this episode. Dracovish was really good for us today, so glad to feature that a little bit more. I think yesterday's episode felt more like the Weezing show. Today felt more like the Dracovish show. So thank you as always for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Don't forget to check out Wolfe and the team, linked in the description below. And I'll see you guys soon. All right, peace.